Welcome to Pull a Pin Ready War Room Edition. I'm your host, Jim. With me, as usual,
Hey, dog.
Nate Dog, the host.
That was a little too quick clicking. You might have seen a headline pop up already.
Well, we were clowning before it, and
Yeah.
almost forgot what I was supposed to say. Because you remember how we used to do the other episodes, the original episodes, and we used to have the little saying thing?
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't said it so long, I know I'd screw that up.
Have to write that thing down.
Yeah, I have to go back and watch some old episodes because all we've been doing is these War Room ones. Which, do you want to explain what they are?
Mm-mm.
No, all right,
That's your job. I just explain why we do them
all right. Well, this is where we pull some headlines from the mainstream media, and I say mainstream media, and
loosely.
we talk about them from our perspective, whether we've read the articles or not. Chances are we haven't, but we know you haven't either because you live busy lives and you got other things to do. So we're gonna do just like you do: read a headline and get all butt hurt and panties in a wad, and we're just gonna talk about them and make the story up if we don't know anything about it. And why is it important that we do it, Nate?
Well, because we're as veterans, we've been around the world and we know everything.
Yeah, and to this day, we've got a streak of how many episodes? I don't know how many episodes, but
A
we have a
lot,
streak
but
of.
he's never been fact checked.
Yeah, there you go. Yours is up and mine's not. Where's
I know.
mine?
I don't know how it works. I don't know.
You forget who I am here. I don't know who I am. Hello. All right. Well, anyways, you know who I am.
Gotta fix that glitch.
Yeah, whatever, man. I don't really care if it pops up or not. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna talk about some headlines. We're gonna talk
Hey.
about you.
How'd that pop up?
Oh, all right. We'll go to the headlines then. Senator Fetterman's office says he'll be back soon as hospital stay enters third week.
He'll be back.
I'll be back.
You know, talk about unfit for office. I mean, the poor guy, nothing. He had a stroke a while ago. I don't know why he's in the hospital now, but man, come on, dude. If politics are going to run you this down to the ground, just get out. Live your life.
Forget about politics, dude. Look at we've become. We are the laughing stock of the world. We used to be the world's superpower, the highest voice in the world, in the globe, and we're a freaking joke. We got a president who's got Alzheimer's. We got senators.
That's
You know,
not. That is. See, we might get fact check on that because I think his doctor gave him a clear bill of health earlier
oh
this
yeah,
year.
right. Because what he says means
Don't
he's doing it on purpose, right? All
don't
that
be the
stuff.
reason we get fact checked, Jim, and we get.
All right. We have a president who appears to have Alzheimer's
All
with a
right.
clean bill of health.
There we go.
Yeah.
And that's a fact.
And we got a senator who one would be a stroke. Do you remember even that senator who was it a senator? Who was it? That one that was dead. There was a dead person that
Oh,
they couldn't get off the. Do you remember that? And he won. And then, I mean, just look at Biden's cabinet. Like, the guy stealing the clothes from the airport that looks like, Mr. Clean. I mean, like with lipstick. Like, then the general or whatever that. Dude, it's a joke, man.
Well, you
This is
can't say much for
really
that because
laughable.
they got that Republican dude in there that just got voted in that lied about everything to get voted in. I
Oh,
forgot
yeah,
what his
yeah.
name was,
Oh,
but
no doubt. But
yeah,
that's just the state of our country.
yeah.
No doubt. I mean, and the funny part is these people were the ones that are like, oh my God, Trump this, and oh my God, how do you let that? And I'm like, are you serious? So we traded Trump for all this mess? And now other countries are laughing at us, dude, laughing at us.
There are no mean tweets. Everybody's happy right now.
Right. Well, no, there's still mean tweets, just not from the president.
Well, who's sending mean tweets?
Oh, the other people on Twitter, because that's all they do.
Oh.
They're just trolls. And Twitter's a joke. Have you ever read Twitter? Have you ever gotten in it?
Uh-uh.
I kid you not, dude. I'll wake up in the mornings and sometimes I'll throw up the Twitter feed and everything. The first thing I see is some violence, some school beating or kids, or it's just I don't even know why you look at that crap.
I don't have it, so I don't know.
Well, I don't know why I look at that crap. But anyways, back to the subject. So 3 weeks in the hospital. This guy's is whatever, man. Not that I was a fan of Dr. Oz. I think that was a bum election, no matter how it went. Maybe
Well,
I'd rather have the guy in the hospital.
well, that's good. I mean, he should be back soon, so maybe that means he's getting healthy, and I'm all about people's health.
And didn't you see his wife took off? His wife was posting pictures while he was in the hospital. she was out on vacations or something like that.
The whole family's messed up. But
Yeah, but
anyways,
standing up for him like, don't pick on my husband. He's in the hospital. All right, I'm out of here.
kind of like this headline.
Here's a guy that should be in the hospital, right? Sarah Lindsey Graham to pitch bill sending military to target Mexican cartels.
Well, that's stupid.
What part? What part?
The whole. I don't know if it's a sentence. No, it's a headline. The whole headline. Like, they're Mexican cartels. Let Mexico take care of their cartels.
Well, I think
No.
he means on the border. Because
Oh,
didn't you see that one police officer? I don't know if I got in the headline, but
what side of the border are they
that one
on?
female police officer got beat up by somebody coming across the border. She was not a police officer, border patrol.
They're law enforcement.
Do they call them? They don't call them police officers, do they? They're just
They're
border
law.
patrol.
Well, they're law enforcement. Yeah.
The law enforcement is broad.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy behind the desk is a law enforcement officer.
Oh, I'm behind a desk right now. I'm not law enforcement anymore.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you work in that system, you don't actually have to be out there on the beat. Anyways, we're not debating that. So Lindsey Graham, whatever, joke, but
Isn't he
you don't think
Republican?
it's a good idea?
He's a Republican, right?
Yeah, he's a joke though. He's a swamp.
Well, who's not the swamp?
I don't know, man. It's hard to tell.
Yeah,
Some of the new
exactly.
I think some of the new guys coming up probably haven't been indoctrinated in the swamp yet. They haven't got their badges yet.
They'll be in there soon.
But yeah,
Staying long enough, you become part of the swamp.
yeah. Well, of course, I don't think you can actually get in the system unless you're willing to be part of the swamp. I
Well,
don't
as long
think
as
it makes sense.
if they're sending the military to the U.S. border, okay, but don't send them into Mexico.
Yeah, I think that's what they're talking about. I think they're talking about excuse me, targeting Mexicans
You
in
know,
the U.S.
if only we would have read the article, you might have more information.
I don't think we need to read the article to know this. He's pitching a bill. Does that mean like he's stand on a mound? Does he throw it to the other team? Like what does he do?
How many more earmarks are they going to put on this bill? Though? And we also got to take away Social Security and Medicare, and we have to raise taxes
Oh,
to target the Mexican cartel.
and we need $15 billion to send to the
You-
Mexicans to teach them about gender studies.
That's well, that was like Iran, wasn't it? They don't give a shit about your gender.
Well, I know, but this bill needs to teach
Oh,
the
okay.
Mexicans about gender studies. Let them know they have options on how many genders they can be.
Be whatever you want to be, whatever your
And
little heart
a
desires.
furry. And
Remember
you
when
be
your
a furry.
remember when your parents told you can grow up to be whatever you want to be?
Mhm.
Some people took that too seriously.
Way too serious. Can you imagine the look on their face when they're like, I'm a girl. Oh, I still got that. You know what I mean? Like, what?
Follow the science.
Yeah, whatever.
Follow the headlines.
That's what we're doing. So we're moving on to the next one. Former Clinton lawyer killed by severe turbulence on plane.
I heard about that plane, if it's the same plane I heard about, but I didn't know it was a Clinton lawyer. But if you work for the Clintons, they shouldn't be killing you, right? It's people that work against the Clintons that they're killing, right?
Well,
Or
unless you're going to turn,
supposedly. Oh.
unless you're going to roll, unless you're going to turn. Yeah, you don't know, man. Whatever. That's it's in quotes. Severe turbulence on plane.
Well, that's what they
Is that-
called it.
Was that headed to Epstein's Island or?
It was headed through the clouds, obviously.
Well, that's what it's called being now, right? Just don't get on a plane if you work for the Clintons or past them. Or
So now you don't get suicided by the Clintons. Now you're getting turbulence by the Clintons.
I think it's funny as
Oh.
hell. I mean, not this is funny that they got this, but I think it's funny because you're going to find out one day that the Clintons are probably the most notorious serial killers that were never pronounced serial killers.
They're the American cartel.
Yeah, but we've had serial killers out there that like got props and they get their own specials in movies and things. These guys, man, holy cow.
These guys run the government.
Unbelievable, man. And get away with it. Could you imagine that power though? Could I understand how that would be addicting. But having that kind of power like that, it's like dictator power.
It's like, man, they're hitmen. They're very quiet. They don't say anything. Huh? They usually eventually someone talks.
Well, you'd think that, right? But if you could be turbulented,
Turbulent.
if you could be turbulented, you're not going to talk either.
Hey, we're gonna send you on a flight. This no, no. I'm not going, Hillary. I'm not
I'm
going.
walking.
Not that flight.
I brought my own bicycle and everything. I don't care how many money.
Herb lives on a
Right?
bicycle.
Right? Next thing it would be the like well Biden, he can't ride a bicycle, so they can just push him off. So yeah. So don't work for the Clintons or don't cross them.
Well, here's more government.
All right. FBI whistleblower tells
Oh,
investigators DC field office pushed to open criminal investigations into American gun owners based on financial transactions. That's a whole lot of words right there. I wonder why I
one,
didn't read the article. The headline was long enough.
it's one of those three letter words you like so much. 3 letter agencies. I want to
Yeah.
know what type of financial transactions, like big transactions, because I used to own guns, but I didn't have big financial transactions on them. So maybe they're not watching me. I don't know.
Well,
Whoa.
it says based on financial transactions. So what happens? I think it's companies like what's the big one? Oh my goodness, what's the
I'm,
big bank that's
I remember that some of those gun stores and places, they were when they ran your credit card, they had a new name for themselves,
yep.
and it
They had the
wasn't
category.
Jim's
Yep.
Gun Shop. It was something else. Yeah,
Right, but now because now they're requiring you to put in put in a category specifically for firearms.
yeah,
Yep. Did you know that? Because he was saying, I think this was like back in wow, I don't know if it was the same thing. I might be mixing stories here, but they were talking about like during the January 6th sweep where they went and got all the phone data.
yeah.
There were banks offering. I think it was like, why can't I think of the big bank that was? I hate the bank, but they were offering up information on people in the area that use their credit cards that also purchased weapons from some place, volunteering it, like offering it up. This is the banks you bank with.
Not
I'm
me.
off.
I bank with USAA. They would never turn on their service members.
I hope not, because that's pretty much all they got, right? Well, it's a big service member bank, but yeah, I'm just saying that this stuff is real, and people act like, oh, this can't happen, this won't happen. They're not coming for your guns. They're not this. They're not that. Man, why do we got to be so stupid? You know what I mean? Why do we got to be so dumb? We're just so naive. It's gonna burn us one day.
They're not coming for your guns. They're just making everything illegal so you don't have any legally. The difference.
Right. They'd rather you have illegal guns, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I'm just saying they'd rather you
Oh,
have illegal guns, not that you have any. You know, I wouldn't have any either. That's the whole purpose of, you know, banking at USAA.
oh.
Because
They don't sell my data to the FBI.
not yet, at least.
See, there's my name
Uh,
again, but not yours.
I know I'm not here. I'm nobody. But so yeah, and then I think it's weird because people they just don't get it. You know what I mean? They just don't get it. I think at some point you're going to realize because I think they're trying to push a bill now too. I think Biden's pushing a bill for the digital currency.
Oh, yeah, so they can shut you off whenever they want to.
And I mean, and I don't think people realize the threat of that. And I know it's not a headline here, but the threat of digital currency. I mean, could you imagine if at any moment they can deduct money from your account? Hey, there I am. They could deduct money from your account, or they could wipe your account out just because they think you did something,
Or just stop you from being able to use your account.
or restricted purchases, or yeah. I mean, could you imagine the control those people will have?
Black market would be huge.
Yeah, right. But what are you going to pay with?
Cash will always be out there.
Well, no, that's the point. They're trying to do away with cash. So it would have to be some other form of currency.
Not if they don't know where it's at.
Well, sure, sure, but it would have to hold its own value. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? If the government doesn't recognize it, it would have to hold its own value. That's why I said it would have to be some form of currency that's valid.
yeah.
Like vape I don't know, vape cartridges. Because, people will be like, oh, I need my vape.
Well, this was the headline, so let's. Now we're talking about vaping.
Oh, well, no, I was talking about a type of currency. I don't support vaping. I think it's stupid, but whatever. I'm just surprised because like every place I look, there's all these vape stores. I'm like, so clearly that's a currency people want, right? So once we get all digital currency and have to do away with it,
That's to help
we have to
everybody
want
stop.
something.
That's to help everybody stop smoking, not start to vaping. You know what I mean?
Well, that's
I
why I
never,
said,
I never smoked. Let me go vape now.
hey, if it's a transition for you, great. But if you're not getting off the vaping, then why waste your time?
Or you never smoked, but now you're vaping.
Right. Stupid. But whatever. You do you. Call yourself a man, woman. Put whatever you want in your body. Just leave me alone. And we'll leave you alone because that is all the time we have for this episode. And Nate, thanks again for showing up. Appreciate you. Thanks for being right on top of all these headlines. I always appreciate the facts you bring to the show. And thank you all for watching. We also appreciate that. We appreciate you sharing, subscribing, donating so we can feed our families and bring this stuff to you for free again. And, all that cool stuff. You know what I mean?
You need to get some rest. You need to get some rest.
Yeah. So until then, though, Godspeed.
And pull the pin already. Boom.
Thanks for joining us here at Pull the Pin Already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.